Now in Good Morning Northwest, a shooting, a police chase, and a woman dead. This morning, new information in the hours before 3 teenage suspects go to court.
Lots of shower activity rolling through our area, nothing too organized. We are going to see the best chance. We'll have the timing on that for you coming up.
And Russia advances in Ukraine, why some Ukrainian experts believe the losses can be traced back to the U.S. Congress. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Glad you're with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. It is Tuesday, February 20th. Thanks for being here. Let's toss things over to Mark Peterson for a first look at our forecast here. Definitely probably want to grab at least a light rain jacket as you're heading out the door.
Yeah, temperatures are going to be in the low 40s today, in the mid 30s to start out. And of course, we've acclimated to this, but we do have the cloud cover and the light showers. 35 degrees, a little bit of light fog out into the West Plains. Not like what we've seen over the past couple of weeks, but certainly it's out there. Could, again, slow you down a little bit. Showers today, and the 4 things you need to know. The patchy light fog exists. The snow level sitting at 4,500 feet. Check Mount Spokane. They're not receiving any of this as yet, at least not on the cameras. And we'll have a dry Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The Doppler, light showers through the region, and we continue to see that with a bit of a backside now as the last part of this initial hit this morning ends in Davenport, continues to pull over. We are going to see a continuation of some rain snow mix, about 4,000 feet. Temperatures right now, again, fairly mild. 37 downtown, 34 at Spirit Lake. You've got in Cheney, 35 degrees, and we're going to see these temperatures continue to be pretty consistent today as they warm up slowly. We're going to be, again, 43 will be our high today, probably around 3 o'clock, but low 40s throughout the afternoon with a drier afternoon. Could see another return of some showers as the kids head home from school today.
Breaking news overnight, a 16-year-old from Ephrata died in a crash in Grant County last night. Washington State Patrol says the teen's car was traveling south on State Route 17, about 12 miles north of Soap Lake, when he lost control of the car. WSP says he was not wearing a seatbelt and died on the scene. His name has not been released.
At the Breaking Now desk, new details on Russia's war against Ukraine. This morning, Russia launching multiple assaults at Ukraine, pressing its advantages after capturing a key city in eastern Ukraine. One Ukrainian commander saying they just didn't have enough manpower and shells to hold off the latest Russian assaults. An expert telling ABC News that the worsening situation in Ukraine is directly linked to the billions of dollars in U.S. aid held up in the Republican-led House.
The less firepower you have, the more casualties you have, the more lives are lost. It's directly related.
And despite facing criticism over his lack of action on Ukraine aid, House Speaker Mike Johnson has not signaled when he might pass new assistance. He has said no foreign aid will pass until more border security is secured. President Biden saying House Republicans are making a big mistake.
The way they're walking away from NATO, the way they're walking away from meeting our obligations is just shocking. I've been for a while. I've never seen anything like this.
This comes as Biden condemns Putin over the sudden death of Alexei Navalny, the Kremlin's fiercest critic. And in the wake of Navalny's death, President Biden says he's now considering more sanctions against Russia. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Sydney, thanks. 3 teens accused of a deadly robbery in Spokane Friday are expected to make their first court appearances today. Spokane police say they crashed a car that was leaving a shooting scene in northeast Spokane Friday afternoon, and that a gun was thrown from the car from inside the car during that chase. Now eventually officers boxed in the car near Hamilton and Trent. A woman who was found shot in the head inside that car was taken to the hospital where she later died. Police have not said who shot her, but detectives say it all started over an argument about property. 4 people were taken to jail Friday, and police say 18-year-old Christopher Gameka was the driver. He faces charges of robbery, 3 counts of first-degree assault, eluding police, and conspiracy. Caden Willoughby and Devin McEwen are also facing similar charges. A 16-year-old was also arrested. All are expected to appear in court today because it was closed Monday for President's Day.
This morning, doctors in Florida are closely watching a cluster of children infected with measles as experts warn about a surge in cases nationwide. According to the CDC, measles was eradicated in the U.S. at the start of the century, but falling vaccination rates have allowed the potentially deadly disease to make a comeback. An elementary school near Fort Lauderdale reports 5 students infected with measles. Meanwhile, 9 cases have been reported in the Philadelphia area since December, all involving unvaccinated people.
We have to have very high, 95% or greater immunity within a population in order for this virus that's like a heat-seeking missile to not be able to find someone who's susceptible.
Measles spreads in the air when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Symptoms include fever, cough, runny nose, and a distinctive rash. A measles vaccine is required to attend public schools unless the child is granted religious or medical exemptions. Experts say when 95% of a community is vaccinated against the measles, it cannot spread. But currently, 36 states, including Washington and Idaho, fall below that 95% threshold. Severe cases can lead to brain swelling, pneumonia, or even death.
A local construction company is accused of collecting more than $500,000 from clients without completing their projects. In a year-long investigation, 4 News Now has been looking into Hammer Time Construction and Hammer Time Builders. We've found more than a dozen known victims across 3 states who have come forward with complaints against these companies, many of them spending their life savings on a dream that was never completed.
He literally stole our hopes and dreams. It was just... like I said, it was heartbreaking, the things that we had to go through.
You'll hear their stories firsthand and learn what's standing in the way of justice in Jordan Smith's special report. It's coming up tonight on 4 News Now at 6 o'clock. Your Good Morning Northwest time, 6:06.
Mark is standing by talking about some wet weather to get you started this morning.
Yeah, coming through the region, continuing to make its way to the northeast. It looks like we're going to see this thing taper off now for a couple of hours and then another return engagement. But boy, up into North Idaho and into Chihuahua, you might even see some snow atop 49 degrees north. Hey, we'll have a full check of the forecast coming up.
Respiratory illness season is still in full swing. We're sharing the effects on your heart coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
And breaking from its normal stance in backing its ally, the U.S. calls for a ceasefire in Gaza. What else at once in the war between Israel and Hamas next on Good Morning Northwest.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
At first, I used Better Than Bouillon for broth, and then stir fries, sauces, even marinades. And now there's the Culinary Collection. Italian herb for pasta, smoky chipotle for fajitas. It's like the deliciousness never ends. Make everything better with Better Than Bouillon.
Looking for a superior truck or SUV? Start right here with a GMC lineup. Each GMC has been designed for power and comfort, with safety features that come standard. The Terrain has plenty of room for everyone and everything. Got toys? Maneuver them with ease and confidence with the Sierra and its class-leading trailer assistance technology. Test drive your GMC today at Becker Buick GMC, where you'll always be treated like family.
RSV can severely affect the lungs and lower airways.
But I'm protected with Arexvy.
Arexvy is a vaccine used to prevent lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. RSV can be serious for those over 60, including those with asthma, diabetes, COPD, and certain other conditions.
But I'm protected.
Arexvy is proven to be over 82% effective in preventing lower respiratory disease from RSV and over 94% effective in those with these health conditions. Arexvy does not protect everyone and is not for those with severe allergic reactions to its ingredients. Those with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most common side effects are injection site pain, fatigue, muscle pain, headache, and joint pain.
I chose Arexvy.
RSV? Make it Arexvy.
I'm worried about the draft. We got some bad zone control, and I'm concerned we're not bringing the heat. Look at this, crossover's off. We've got a weak dribble. We need a solid block, just not enough pressure. What do you think?
I think I'm doing just fine.
What?
Bill's Heating and AC is offering financing as low as 0% for 5 years. Call today.
For all your heating and cooling needs, leave it to the real professionals at Bill's.
It's Amy Schumer and the stars of Life in Beth. We have laughs and games on the next Kelly Clarkson Show.
Oh, and me too, because, you know, I like to get down.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
4 News Now is brought to you by Floor Trader Outlet.
Just about 10 minutes after 6, here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. The Federal Emergency Management Agency has declared a major disaster for San Diego due to January's powerful storm.
California Governor Gavin Newsom says the FEMA declaration will help support residents and businesses still impacted by the severe weather. It'll also supplement state and local recovery efforts. San Diego's mayor is saying the money will help with rebuilding. That's expected to take months, perhaps longer. California is still being pummeled with rain this morning. We'll have a look at the damage across the state coming up in about 20 minutes.
The U.S. has proposed a temporary ceasefire in Gaza. The draft UN resolution comes in response to a vow to veto an Algerian draft proposal calling for an immediate ceasefire. The UN Security Council will vote on that draft today. The U.S., which has traditionally protected its ally Israel from UN actions, has repeatedly resisted calls for a ceasefire, emphasizing what it claims is Israel's right to defend itself following Hamas's terror attack on October 7th. The U.S. draft, which also calls for the release of Israeli hostages, will be privately discussed today.
Capital One Bank striking a deal worth over $35 billion to buy credit card issuer Discover. The bank hoping to close the deal later this year or early next year, but it's expected to come under an intense antitrust spotlight from federal officials.
A ruling from Alabama's Supreme Court says frozen embryos are children, a decision that could lead to the end of in vitro fertilization in the state. It reverses a lower court's ruling in a case brought by a couple who sued a fertility clinic for wrongful death after someone dropped their frozen embryos on the floor, destroying them. The court cited Alabama's Constitution in its ruling, saying, even before birth, all human beings bear the image of God and their lives cannot be destroyed without effacing his glory. Lawmakers from other states are already drafting bills to protect IVF and other fertility treatments.
Good morning, everybody. The 10-second takeaway getting you going. It's going to be a cool start, not cold. We got the clouds, light layers, a few scattered showers really to the north of us now. And our high today is going to be 43 degrees.
Many local restaurants are caught between rising costs and customers who haven't returned since the pandemic.
Since we first aired the story about the struggles facing Gordy's Szechuan Cafe, we've seen a huge response. The restaurant hopes a takeout-only approach will keep it alive long enough for people to return to dine-in service. Now, co-owner Lee Renando says nothing has been the same since the pandemic. The owners laid off 15 workers last week just to be able to keep their doors open. The rising costs of just about everything are hurting her business.
Tried to hold off, but had to raise prices several times, and that's still not even putting a dent in things. Everything has just been more expensive.
The unexpected announcement on Facebook has brought an outpouring of support from customers. Gordy's owners hope they can get back to a normal dining service soon. It looks really good if you're looking to try it and take out.
Good.
Your Good Morning Northwest time, 6:12.
A local organization has made it its mission to improve the lives of women and children in the Spokane area for the last 3 decades plus. And this week, Mark Peterson and the Extreme team are lending a helping hand to Women Helping Women. We'll show you the project next.
Also ahead, Allison Martinez is breaking down the effects catching a respiratory illness could have on your heart. It is American Heart Health Month, and you're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now.
Har, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you going to build? Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Happy Take and Bake Tuesday!
Every Tuesday at Papa Murphy's, you can get any large pizza for just $12.99, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
We might have too many favorites.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call Swap. I gotta call Swap.
Here you go.
That's it. I'm calling him.
You forgot your check.
Craig Swap & Associates is on your side. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
It's Empire Today's biggest sale, the 50-50-50 sale. 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation. That's right, half off your entire project. You can save thousands. Empire's 50-50-50 sale won't last long. Don't miss 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. Do you have property damage? Burke's Restoration provides full-service emergency response for residential and commercial disasters. Wind damage? Burke's can handle that. Is flooding your problem?
Burke's Restoration knows just what to do. Fire or smoke damage? Call Burke's today. You didn't plan on a disaster, but you have a choice on who restores it. Choose the best. Burke's Restoration takes care of fire, smoke, wind, or water damage and more. Tell your insurance company you choose Burke's Restoration. Call or click today.
It's time to get up, get out, and get in a new Honda during Coeur d'Alene Honda's Way to Save event. Coeur d'Alene Honda has your vehicle now in stock with special rates as low as 0% and cash allowances up to $2,300. Specials on all hybrids. Every new Honda and select pre-owned comes with our nationwide lifetime warranty at no extra cost. Appraisers on hand paying 110% of KBB fair trade value. So get up, get in, and save now at Coeur d'Alene Honda's Way to Save event.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
Like our $9.99 XLNY pizza. It's everything you'd expect from a classic New York-style pizza, hot and fresh out of your oven. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Welcome back at 6:16. For 32 years, the Women Helping Women Fund has supported Spokane County women and children in reaching their full potential.
It all started in a tiny 300-square-foot office in downtown. And all week, Mark Peterson and the Extreme team are working to renovate and enhance its new and much larger space. The big reveal is coming up on Thursday. Not only will nonprofits be able to move into this new space, but it'll also be available for them to rent as an event space.
I think nonprofits have such a hard time finding like a nice space to work in sometimes, and so being able to have this nice space now on behalf of the Extreme team is just so wonderful.
You can follow Mark and the Extreme team's progress every day leading up to Thursday's big reveal right here on 4 News Now and of course online on KXLY.com.
Let's see what's on the to-do list before Thursday's big reveal.
Day one. Things are going along pretty well. This is the preparation day. This is when we're getting all the stuff moved out and cleaned up. Veterans Community Response, VCR, has helped us on several. They are now helping Women's Fund, getting this whole side yard. It was horrible. It had a lot of weeds. Now it's all taken care of. Inside, removal of all the carpet, making sure the walls are getting prepped and getting ready for paint. We've got a lot to do upstairs, but I got to tell you, inside, out, first floor, second floor, it's all going to be touched over the next 4 days, and it is going to turn out amazing. With Women Helping Women's Fund and our Extreme team, I'm Mark Peterson, 4 News Now. To remember where I was. Just, you know, you get all this stuff going. All right, Rada Paint has been beautiful in this, helping us pick out colors. Bird, you're amazing. I tell you that we've added another 5 or 10 gallons of paint because we're going to do more than we originally anticipated.
That's great.
Getting all the prep work. Galen Hagen's getting the walls ready for paint as early as maybe this afternoon or tomorrow morning. It's a tight schedule.
But you have lots of volunteers coming today.
Horizon Credit Union, they got a full stack for the next 3 days. It's going to be busy. All right, let's get to the weather. It looks like Mother Nature is going to give us a break this morning as we move in some stuff from Norlift. We got some special storage that's going to come in. It's really going to help other nonprofits. Everything is geared towards helping those organizations, furthering the message of women and children. It's great. All right, 43 degrees, scattered showers. Looks like we're going to see those taper off. For now, 32 for the overnight low. Yeah, there's a chance of rain or rain-snow mixed, depending on the timing and the elevation that we see overnight. Currently, we're sitting at 37 degrees, just about lock solid. We got a little bit of light fog into the West Plains, 35 at the airport. It's light. It just could slow you down a little bit, but it's not, you know, hurting anything. We look at the forecast radar. We see this continuing to move out. We're expecting to see another round coming in 9, 10 o'clock this morning, another break. We're going to see more coming in for tonight around dinner time, but that should wrap to the south of us. But we'll be in its, you know, we'll be right there. So we could see a few scattered showers. Then it should be drying for a while. We look at our temperatures for today. We're going to be in the low 40s all over the place, except for Sandpoint. You're going to be at 39 degrees. But I'm telling you, hopefully a little snow at Schweitzer. We'll be into the mid-40s all the way through the end of the week. Friday, Saturday, hey, that's going to be in the mid-40s, but it should be dry for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Not too bad there for sure.
No, that'll be nice. Respiratory virus season is not over yet. Providence tells us it is currently near last year's peak at its clinics.
Now, in honor of Heart Health Month, we're taking a look at how those respiratory illnesses are affecting your heart. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez joins us with the information you need to know to put your health first. Good morning, Allison.
Good morning. Now, COVID, the flu, and RSV are continuing to spread in our region. There's a strong link between heart health and these viruses, especially in the more severe cases of illness. For most people, RSV results in mild symptoms similar to a cold. For others, the illness can heighten your chances of having a stroke or a heart attack.
Your heart has to pump to meet our demands, and so it's pumping red blood cells filled with oxygen. If your lungs aren't filling those red blood cells with enough oxygen because they're ill, your heart has to work harder to circulate that.
Factors like fever or dehydration can raise your heart rate, which can be very dangerous for people with heart disease or heart disease risk. Inflammation can also come as a result of respiratory illnesses.
One of the more important things people forget about with the heart is don't be ashamed. If you have any questions, talk to your doctor, talk to your friends. But really, if you have any concerns with your chest, it's very important to either call primary care or come into the ER and be evaluated.
Dr. Mooney recommends getting your steps in, aerobic exercise, eating fruits and vegetables, and maintaining a healthy weight in order to take care of your heart. Adults over 60, people with weakened immune systems, and those with chronic medical conditions are more likely to see complications from both RSV and cardiovascular conditions. Most respiratory illnesses like RSV typically last for about 1 to 2 weeks. If you find that you're sick for much longer than that, you may want to consult a healthcare professional. Now, for more heart health stories, you can visit our website, KXLY.com. Reporting live in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Allison, thanks so much. Your Good Morning Northwest time, 6:21.
If you were born the last time the WSU Cougars basketball ranked in the top 25, you'd be turning 16 years old. Happy birthday. The streak is officially over, though. As of yesterday's poll, the Cougs sit at number 21. Alex Crescenti tells us all about it next in sports after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Now's the perfect time for your new adventure. So, catch the wind. AutoNation Honda is here to help get you out there. Lease a brand new 2024 Honda Accord for only $249 a month. Visit AutoNation Honda today.
Hey, can I get some butter for my popcorn?
Sure, it'll be $1 extra.
$1 extra for butter?
Yep.
Ridiculous, right? You know what else doesn't make sense? Some people are still paying for their checking accounts. Some places it's $12 a month. At P1FCU, we believe some things should just be free. Open your Ascend checking with tons of great benefits at p1fcu.org/free.
As a teenager, I struggled with acne, and I still struggle with post-acne marks.
New Bright Reveal Niacinamide Serum by L'Oreal visibly fades post-acne marks by up to 40%. New Bright Reveal Niacinamide Serum by L'Oreal Paris.
Choosing countertops is one of the biggest decisions that you make during a kitchen remodel, and my husband and I thought that we would have to go to Seattle to find what we wanted. A friend recommended that we try Granite Concepts in Lewiston, and the people at Granite Concepts were amazing. They were friendly and straightforward and helped us find exactly the countertops that we wanted.
Granite Concepts. Beauty set in stone.
Elite Tire and Suspension, your premier tire and suspension shop, can do it all. A family business that started right here in the Northwest, building their business and your trust from the ground up. Active in the community and committed to supporting schools and youth programs in the Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint area. Elite Tire and Suspension, top-notch customer service, the best warranty in town, and easy financing. Their experienced team will keep you safe on the road with correct tires, suspension, and alignment. Call, click, or stop in anytime. Elite Tire and Suspension in Coeur d'Alene and Pend Oreille.
How does free college or training sound? It's possible. Washington College Grant gives eligible people money for certificate programs, job training, apprenticeships, or college. Learn more at wagrant.org. That's wagrant.org.
Now's the perfect time for your new adventure. So, catch the view. AutoNation Honda is here to help get you out there. Lease a new 2023 Honda Ridgeline Sport for only $299 a month. Visit AutoNation Honda today.
Well, it's been a long time coming, but for the first time in 16 years, the Washington State Cougars are ranked inside the Associated Press Top 25 poll. They come in at number 21 in the country and have proven over the course of this season that they belong in the NCAA tournament conversation. Now, this comes after the Cougs beat both Cal and Stanford last week to improve to 20-6 on the season, as they also sit in second place of the Pac-12 standings. And there's also some accolades coming the players' way as well, as guard Miles Rice was named the conference's Freshman of the Week for a record 7th time. Isaac Jones also brought home the Pac-12 Player of the Week for the 2nd time this season. Wazoo will need those players at their best this week, as they're going to go down to take on number 4 Arizona in Tucson on Thursday evening, officially a top 25 matchup. As for the Gonzaga Bulldogs, they still aren't ranked inside the top 25, but they are receiving 99 votes, so they could be back and ranked sooner than later. However, there is still the big issue of that poor resume. Only 1 quad win victory all season long, and 6 losses means they cannot afford to lose another one from here on out. They're going to travel to Portland to take on the Pilots Thursday evening. But the Gonzaga women keep on making the steady climb up the rankings. In the latest poll, they are checking in at number 16, with just 3 games left in the regular season. Their biggest issue is going to be impressing the NCAA tournament committee enough to earn a number 4 seed so they can host first and second round games inside the McCarthy Athletic Center. Up next for them is a matchup against San Francisco on Thursday. Now, while many of the teams in our region are still in the running for the tournament bids, there isn't anything locked up just yet, so they need to keep on winning, as Selection Sunday is just 26 days away. Reporting in studio, I'm Alex Crescenti, 4 News Now Sports.
Such exciting news for the Cougs.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. It's now 6:26.
A bipartisan tax credit package could bring more affordable housing options to Washington State. Why our local lawmakers say passing it could make a big difference right here in our region.
Plus, torrential rain is hammering California. Sydney Charles is at the Breaking Now desk with a look at the damage. And as we send you off to a commercial break, here's your first look at what's coming up on GMA at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a warning from a journalist who covers personal finance. She lost $50,000 in an elaborate scam that all started with a phone call.
It actually showed up as Amazon on my caller IDs. She said that there had been some suspicious activity under my account.
Charlotte Coles, the Cut's financial advice columnist, thought she had just learned that she was the victim of identity fraud. The person she was speaking to transferring her to someone claiming to be an FTC investigator, and later someone who said they were part of the CIA.
He knew my social security number, the last 4 digits. He knew my birthday. He knew my address. He knew that I lived with my husband and son. And he told me that my identity had been stolen by a criminal organization.
And coming up at 7 a.m., how you can protect yourself. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
There it is. That feeling you get when you can do more with less asthma. It starts with Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Can you picture it? Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic for asthma.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Valley VIP Auto Sales.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
Jonah here. Before you decide on an SUV, I invite you to see and drive the Volkswagen Tiguan. It's impressive and it checks all the boxes. A roomy interior, plenty of cargo space with remote power liftgate. All-wheel drive, that's important in the Northwest. Solid performance, modern infotainment system with all the high-tech choices. Check out the Tiguan at your nearby Post Falls Volkswagen, the home of 0000.
At Gold Seal Plumbing, we do one thing, and we do it well. We're plumbers. In fact, we're the largest plumbing company in the region, and we're proud to say we've been voted the best plumbing company since 2009. We give you upfront pricing, so you know exactly what you'll pay before we start. And we do everything from drain cleaning to trench and sewer repair. So if you want your plumbing done right the first time, call a plumber. And call the best. Call Gold Seal Plumbing. We're on our way.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
We start this half hour with the 4 News Now story tracker and news from space. A 5,000-pound satellite is expected to fall to Earth tomorrow morning and will likely burn up in the atmosphere as it makes re-entry. Some fragments of the European Space Agency satellite known as ERS-2 or ERS-2 could reach the planet's surface, but they won't contain any harmful substances and will most likely fall into the ocean. The ERS-2, launched in April 1995, was the most sophisticated satellite of its kind to be developed and launched by Europe.
Well, you may already have your voter's guide for Washington State's presidential primary election in your mailbox. Ballots will be mailed to you over the next few days here for the March 12th primary. To make sure you're eligible to vote by mail, you must be registered by Monday, March 4th. You can register to vote in person all the way up until Election Day. And to stay up to date on all of our election coverage, you can go to our website, kxly.com/forthepeople. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Tuesday, February 20th. Let's check in with Mark in our first alert forecast. It's starting off a little wet.
Yeah, we've had some very light rain showers. Things are starting to taper off for our area right now. We have cloud cover, but a dry sky. A little bit of light fog out there. 35 degrees is our expected temperatures. You head out the door right now. We're not going to warm up a ton. We're going to be in the low 40s. Here's a look at the 4 things you need to know. The showers today, while they're ending now, they're not going to end for the day. Patchy light fog out there, and we've seen that, again, into Highway 2 and on I-90 heading west. Snow level about 4,500 feet, and we're going to dry out on Thursday. We look at the radar, and you can see the backside of this continues to make its way out of Spokane, but to the south, heading into areas south of Sprague and then beyond. Yeah, it's going to be the reality for another hour or so. And we have temperatures right now that are relatively mild for this time of year, sitting at 37 degrees into the valley. We see that North Deer Park. Cheney, you've cooled to 33 degrees. Forecast today, yeah, those scattered showers that we're going to see moving back in again this afternoon, and 43 for the high.
New from the Breaking Now desk, a band of major downpours is pounding California. This is a live look at Santa Monica, California, one of the many places experiencing heavy rain this morning. Now, flood alerts are in effect for nearly the entire state. Forecasters say millions of people will see excessive rain today. Take a look at this. Roadways looking like rivers in Ventura County, California. And over in Alameda County, part of a highway washed away into the creek on Monday, leaving some local drivers there stranded. Roughly 37 million people in California are under flood alerts right now. The Weather Prediction Center issued excessive rain outlooks for most of the state today. The center says Los Angeles is at level 3 of 4 flood risks today, while both San Diego and Santa Barbara are at level 2. Officials are now urging people to try and stay off the roads there and also stay away from large bodies of water.
Please stay away from the creeks. They're absolutely dangerous. It is swiftly flowing water. And what we don't want to have to do is have somebody get injured or worse, die because they fall into a fast-moving creek.
The major rains come from an atmospheric river-fueled storm that stalled off the west coast, and officials say that can cause a lot of damage in a short amount of time. Forecasters say the rain in California is likely to end tomorrow afternoon or evening as the storm behind the soaking weather heads east towards the Rockies. Reporting in the studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Thanks, Sydney. And local lawmakers want federal help with the housing crisis. They're pushing for the U.S. Senate to pass a bipartisan tax package that would expand the low-income housing tax credit program.
Now, if it is passed by the Senate, the program would fund an additional 1,700 units of affordable housing in Washington state this year. Senator Maria Cantwell and Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown held a news conference to advocate for the tax credit at Mother Teresa Haven, a Catholic Charities affordable housing complex that was created because of this program. Now, one single mom who lives there says she used to have to juggle 2 jobs and was still on the verge of losing her home. But now this affordable housing allows her to work just 1 job and spend more time with her kids.
They were able to get good grades in school. They all got offers to Seattle University. They just thrived because I got the chance to stay home with them, and I don't think that would be possible if they were latchkey kids.
Now, Marcy, who you just heard from there, was also recently hired for a position she had been working hard for. Stories like hers are why Senator Cantwell and Mayor Brown want this program to pass so more families can have the opportunity to thrive.
In Olympia, one way lawmakers want to help fund new affordable housing options is through taxing short-term rentals, or STRs. The bill defines an STR as a lodging someone will stay in for fewer than 30 days. That is not a bed and breakfast or a hotel. Supporters saying these short-term rentals are driving up housing costs, especially in popular tourist spots like Leavenworth.
Love to house our guests, but it'd be helpful if they helped us then replace that housing stock that's been taken out of our housing stock so that we can continue to have a community to welcome them.
If the bill is approved, counties and local governments can impose an excise tax on STRs. Some of that money would go toward developing affordable housing. During a public hearing, one of the senators questioned if the money will actually be used to build new housing.
You get to do with the money. We haven't built it. We don't build many houses, and we spend lots of money on housing and housing affordability. Like, is there a plan to actually start building houses, Mr. Mayor?
And the mayor of Leavenworth addressing those concerns, saying there are multiple projects that have already been proposed but are just lacking funding. The bill has already made it through the Senate and is still making its way through the House before heading to the governor's desk.
Now, to keep families in their homes, lawmakers are also considering limiting how much landlords can raise their rent each year. There are 2 bills making their way through the Washington legislature. If they're approved, it would limit rent increases by a maximum of 5% per year. But it would not impact prices landlords can charge those new tenants. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now, 6:37.
And we are tracking some rain moving through the area. A little bit of drizzle, a little bit of light rain, depending on kind of where you are, right?
Yeah, and we're seeing that continue to move through the area. We've got a little light snow in some of the higher elevations, but snow levels of 4,000 feet. It's rain, and it's going to move out. More scattered showers coming in. We're going to have, well, some hope in planning your day coming up.
Idaho's ban on gender-affirming care has been stalled for several months. What state officials are now asking the Supreme Court to do.
Plus, a new study shows breathing in coal emissions could be worse for you than we thought. Simple switches you can make right now for your health. Those are coming up next.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
I was 34. I was a business owner. I was a single mom with a 4-year-old, and I felt a lump in the shower. I have cancer. It doesn't have me. I'm gonna get rid of it, you know, and then I'm gonna go on with my life. I was gonna do anything that it took. I did, and here I am, almost 10 years later. I had a little boy. He needs his mom.
I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Electric.
A local construction company accused.
Lie after lie after lie.
They have no souls. Over a dozen victims, $500,000 gone. What's taking so long to get their money back? 4 News Now investigates. Tonight at 6.
This is the show you've been waiting for, the 46th Annual Spokane Home and Yard Show, this Thursday through Sunday at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center. See all of the latest home improvement products and services and get expert advice from the pros for your spring projects. Tickets on sale now at custershows.com. Thursday is 2-for-1 day. 2 adult admissions for the price of 1 on Thursday only. Spokane's 46th Annual Home and Yard Show, presented by Jim Custer Enterprises.
Beneful knows a full life doesn't just happen. It's a choice. To take a swing, to taste all life has to offer. Choose joy. Choose Beneful. And try Incredibites, just for small dogs.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
Those responsible for making our local roads and highways safe for winter travel would like to remind you that snow removal is an important, critical, and precise task. Please give the right-of-way to removal equipment so we can all get where we need to go quickly and safely.
Welcome back in. The time is now 6:40. Idaho officials are asking the Supreme Court to let the state enforce its ban on gender-affirming care for minors while the law plays out in court. Now, last year, a U.S. district judge temporarily blocked the law that made it a felony for doctors to provide things like puberty-blocking drugs, hormone therapy, and certain surgeries to minors. More than 20 states have banned gender-affirming care for minors, according to the Human Rights Campaign, most of which are on hold as a similar ban from Kentucky is decided by the Supreme Court. In its request, the state said every day the law is blocked, it exposes vulnerable children to risky and dangerous medical procedures and infringes Idaho's sovereign power to enforce its democratically enacted law. Now, the American Civil Liberties Union applauded the courts for blocking the law, saying it upholds the rights of transgender youth and their families to access the medical care they and their doctor know is right for them without political interference.
In our 10-second takeaway on this Tuesday, it is a cool but not cold start. We have the cloud cover, so you'll need light layers. We do have showers that are going to be hit and miss throughout the day as well. An umbrella wouldn't be a horrible idea. 43 the high.
Researchers from Geneva have discovered that inhaling coal particles may be a bigger health concern than once thought. Their new findings suggest coal particles may be up to twice as deadly as other types of inhaled particles. Exposure to coal pollution has contributed to 460,000 additional deaths in the U.S. from 1999 to 2020. Experts are urging tighter controls on coal emissions and say people should shift away from coal-powered energy, take public transit, and focus on efforts to use renewable energy resources. Good morning, Northwest time is now 6:42.
We are reaching the end of Heart Health Month, but it's never too late to make some healthy changes. Allison Martinez is live this morning with some potential life-saving information.
We're breaking down the connection between respiratory illnesses like RSV and heart attacks coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
We need our students to be ready to meet the needs of tomorrow's economy. Nearly 70% of all projected job openings will require at least some education beyond high school. Visit launchnw.org/FAFSA opens doors today.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
Nexium 24-Hour prevents heartburn acid for twice as long as Pepcid. Get all day and all night heartburn acid prevention with just 1 pill a day. Choose acid prevention. Choose Nexium.
This or that, this or that. You can do this when you and you that. You can do this when you and you that. You can do this because everywhere it's at.
Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Get started today at Angie.com.
Coeur d'Alene Nissan, the home of zero. Zero down, zero security deposit, zero first month's payment, zero due at signing. Financing is easy with 0% available and options for all types of credit. Locally owned and great deals. Why go anywhere else? Plus, we're offering top dollar because we want to buy your car. Selling your car just got easy with instant cash offers. Nice cars, nice people. Give us a try. Coeur d'Alene Nissan, right behind Super One on Highway 95.
First, I use Better Than Bouillon for broth, and then stir fries, sauces, even marinades. And with all the varieties, organic, reduced sodium, and now the culinary collection, it's like the deliciousness never ends. Make everything better with Better Than Bouillon.
When it's time to choose the right products for your new kitchen or bathroom, Ferguson Showroom Consultants are here to help. With the expertise to navigate even the most complex projects, our team will advise you on the latest products and innovative new features. We'll take care of the details so you can make the best choices for your home. At Ferguson, your project is our priority. Visit your local Ferguson Bath Kitchen and Lighting Gallery to shop the best selection of brands like Monogram.
Washington is 47th out of 50 states in FAFSA completion, meaning our students leave about $50 million dedicated to post-high school education on the table each year. Get on board and help open doors to our community's future.
4 News Now is brought to you by Findlay Downtown Toyota.
Good morning and welcome back. It is 6:45 and this is a live look at Schweitzer Mountain this morning. It is almost time for the secret word to win a pair of lift tickets to Schweitzer Mountain. We'll reveal it within the next few minutes, so stick around if you can.
Immediately after contracting RSV, you have a higher risk of having a heart attack or a stroke.
In honor of Heart Health Month, we are taking a look at how respiratory illnesses affect your heart. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez spoke to a Providence cardiologist. She's joining us live with the key takeaways in all this.
For most people, RSV and COVID and the flu are continuing throughout our region. Now, there's a strong connection between heart health and these viruses, especially in the more severe cases of illness. For most people, RSV results in mild symptoms similar to a cold. For others, the illness can heighten your chances of having a stroke or a heart attack.
We know that we see heart attacks about 6 times more likely in patients after influenza. So for the week or 2 following, you're at 6 times the risk of a heart attack, even if you've never had one.
Understanding this heightened risk is important for taking care of yourself and your loved ones. Factors like fever or dehydration can raise your heart rate, which can be very dangerous for people with heart disease or heart disease risk factors.
If you just talk to your primary care doctor or any of your other doctors, they can give you a plan about which vaccines they do or don't recommend and remind you about some simple measures such as hand washing, keeping your distance. So if you can't choose your environment, plan around it.
Adults over 60, people with weakened immune systems, and those with chronic medical conditions are more likely to see complications from both RSV and cardiovascular conditions. Most respiratory illnesses like RSV typically last for around 1 to 2 weeks. If you are sick for longer than this, you may want to consider seeking medical help. For more heart health stories, you can visit our website, KXLY.com. Reporting live in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Allison, thank you so much. And as promised, here's today's secret word. Today, it is binding. You can just go to KXLY.com/Schweitzer right now and enter the word in for your chance to win. We'll be giving away a pair of lift tickets every day this week. So watch again tomorrow for another chance to win.
Yeah, still skiing up there.
Still getting a little bit of fresh snow. They had amazing bluebird skiing over the weekend.
Ooh,
it was
looks like
phenomenal.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll get some more out of this latest system. Now let's take a look at our region when it comes to our next rad. And we look at the rain showers that are coming at us, really moving to the south, still into the valley and pushing up through North Idaho. We're going to see that, but not likely into the West Plains and into the Central Basin. We're going to have the scattered showers. 43 will be our high today, so temperatures above average. 32 for the overnight low. Our overnight low should be around 27. Of course, this is right on the fringe of freezing, so a little rain-snow mix potential depending on timing and elevation of that. You're waking up to a mild start, cloudy. Again, we've had sprinkles all morning long. 33 into Cheney, 37 into the valley. Officially, we're sitting at 35 degrees. We are seeing that energy coming in from California, so I want to give you the wide view. Southern California, Northern California, and parts of Oregon are all caught up in this huge low. Another system inbound, but we won't see that until the beginning of next week. We're going to get a dry period in between them. So we continue to see the forecast radar, increased shower activity potentially coming in about 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. We're going to have another round coming in to the south of us around dinner time, and then we should dry out. So we do have a lot of changing patterns, but really it looks like North Idaho is going to be the winner here when it comes to snow. 43 will be our high today, 44 for Wednesday with still scattered showers. The rest of the system moves out early Thursday morning so that Thursday afternoon, Friday, Saturday should be dry. More showers coming in Sunday and Monday. Not looking too bad. The reveal is going to be dry, and we'll talk more about that, of course, through the week.
Thank goodness. Good.
Yeah.
Again, Mother
Good
Nature
news.
smiling on your project.
Exactly.
It is now just about 10 minutes before the hour. Your morning sprint is coming up next.
Well, thanks so much for waking up with us here on Good Morning Northwest to start off your Tuesday. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the YWCA Women of Achievement Luncheon, March 15th.
Go from virtual to reality in a weekend. At Floor Trader, you'll find more samples and more selection in one place. With big box prices and small town service, this weekend at Floor Trader, we'll pay your sales tax.
A local construction company accused.
Lie after lie after lie.
They have no souls.
Over a dozen victims, $500,000 gone. What's taking so long to get their money back? 4 News Now investigates. Tonight at 6.
That was fun.
Yeah, but I can't find my phone.
Maybe try retracing your steps.
You know, what's this? Hello?
Find your phone yet?
I'm still thinking.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
Taxes aren't free, but your furnace could be. This holiday season, when you purchase a Daikin air conditioning unit, you'll receive a Daikin furnace free. That's right, free. Let us keep you and your family comfortable all year round. Contact Mainstream today.
We're building a better postal service. All parts working in sync to move your business forward. For more value, more reliability, and more on-time deliveries. The United States Postal Service, built for how you business.
You heard it was a hit. You heard it was a smash. A wonder. A phenomenon. An international sensation. But you haven't heard them.
Get your tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com today.
Go from virtual to reality in a weekend. At Floor Trader, you'll find more samples and more selection in one place. With big box prices and small town service, this weekend at Floor Trader, we'll pay your sales tax.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53, time to get you ready to take on your Tuesday in the morning sprint.
It is American Heart Month, and Allison Martinez is breaking down the effects catching a respiratory illness could have on your heart.
Russia launched new strikes at Ukraine this morning. Sydney Charles has the details.
Mark has your forecast on another rainy, cloudy day ahead.
But first, breaking news overnight. A 16-year-old from Ephrata died in a crash in Grant County. Washington State Patrol says the teen's car was traveling south on State Route 17 last night, about 12 miles north of Soap Lake, when he lost control of the car. WSP says he was not wearing a seatbelt and died on the scene. His name has not been released yet.
3 teens accused in a deadly robbery in Spokane Friday are expected to make their first court appearances today. Spokane police say they chased a car that was leaving a shooting scene in northeast Spokane Friday afternoon, and that a gun was thrown from the car during the chase. Now, eventually, officers boxed in that car near Hamilton and Trent. A woman who was found shot in the head inside that car was taken to a hospital where she later died. Police have not said who shot her, but detectives say it all started over an argument about property.
It has been light and spotty showers in our First Alert weather, and of course, a reminder, the First Alert weather app, still very valid and still very free. We do see sort of the backside of this coming in north of I-90 to the south. We still have more scattered showers that are coming through the region, heading for Rockford, Harrison, Worley. Temperatures, we're starting off mild. I mean, really 36, 37 degrees all over the place. We look at what we can expect for the day. We're going to climb up. We're going to peak at 43. We're going to be at the low 40s throughout the afternoon, but it's going to be hit and miss scattered showers.
This morning, Russia launching multiple assaults at Ukraine, pressing its advantages after capturing a key city in eastern Ukraine. One Ukrainian commander saying they just didn't have enough manpower and shells to hold off the latest Russian assaults. An expert telling ABC News that the worsening situation in Ukraine is directly linked to the billions of dollars in U.S. aid held up in the Republican-led House. House Speaker Mike Johnson has not signaled when he might pass new assistance.
Local lawmakers want federal help with the housing crisis. They're pushing for the U.S. Senate to pass a bipartisan tax package that would expand the low-income housing tax credit program. Now, if it's passed by the Senate, the program would fund an additional 1,700 units of affordable housing in Washington this year. Senator Maria Cantwell and Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown held a news conference to advocate for the tax credit at Mother Teresa Haven, a Catholic Charities affordable housing complex that was created because of this program. We have a link for more information about the program under this story on KXLY.com.
You may already have your voter's guide for Washington State's presidential primary election. Ballots will be mailed to you over the next few days for the March 12th primary. To make sure you are eligible to vote by mail, you must be registered by Monday, March 4th. You can register to vote in person all the way up until Election Day, though. You can stay up to date on all of our election coverage by going to KXLY.com/forthepeople.
This morning, doctors in Florida are closely watching a cluster of children infected with measles as experts warn about a surge in cases nationwide. According to the CDC, measles was eradicated in the U.S. in the start of the century, but falling vaccination rates have allowed the potentially deadly disease to make a comeback. Multiple cases have been reported in several states, including Florida and Philadelphia. Experts say when 95% of a community is vaccinated against the measles, it can't spread. But currently, 36 states, including Washington and Idaho, fall below that 95% threshold.
February is American Heart Health Month. I spoke to a Providence cardiologist to learn about the undeniable link between respiratory illnesses and heart health. Dr. Mooney told me you're 6 times more likely to have a heart attack in the 1 to 2 weeks after having the flu. For information on how you can keep your heart healthy and avoid respiratory illnesses, you can visit our website, KXLY.com.
A local construction company is accused of collecting more than $500,000 from clients without completing their projects in a year-long investigation. 4 News Now has been looking into Hammer Time Construction and Hammer Time Builders. We have found more than a dozen known victims who have come forward with complaints against these companies, many of them spending their life savings on a dream that was never finished. You'll hear their stories firsthand and learn what's standing in the way of justice in Jordan Smith's special report tonight on 4 News Now at 6 o'clock.
And coming up next on Good Morning America, coverage on the storm hammering California with heavy rain pummeling the state and millions of people under flood alerts. We'll have a final check of our weather here at home with Mark. That's coming up next.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
What have you got against tomatoes?
I don't know how anybody can eat those things.
Okay, guys, have a great day. Don't forget you have soccer after school. Bye, Mom.
See our huge selection of Highlanders built for everyday drivers at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
What can you do with sensitive skin?
Okay, what a day.
Cetaphil Moisturizing Lotion hydrates for a full 48 hours. Because a lot can happen in 48 hours. Dermatologist recommended Cetaphil. We do skin. You do you.
Good morning, everybody. Clouds, little light sprinkles, really south of I-90 to the north and to the west into the West Plains. Hey, you're drying out a little bit. We are going to see isolated scattered showers throughout the day. Wind's going to be relatively light. We're going to be in the low 40s all afternoon, and we're expecting 44 for tomorrow. More scattered showers there. On Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, it's going to be in the mid-40s. Should be drier as we enter that weekend. But as we come out of next weekend, we're going to have more rain showers moving into the area with another big system sitting off the coast. All right, grab your umbrellas for at times.
Thanks so much for joining us this morning here.
We'll see you with live local updates throughout Good Morning America. Starting